Michael, it's a new season, 2021, and you got a new team, Israel Startup Nation. Why join this team? What do you hope to accomplish with this new chapter in your career?
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons why I chose to come over to ISN. Firstly, because of Sylvan Adams and Paulo Sedania, my connection with those two guys. Both of them are the reason why I'm a pro cyclist today. They started a little project back in 2013 with me. Paulo recognized that I was able to put out some good power, and between him and Sylvan, they had this agreement that if they ever came across a rider that kind of fell out of the categorization of most government funds or was a bit out of the norm, Sylvan would step in and help out. And I was that guy. I was 26, 27 at the time, and fell out of a lot of government funds. Didn't have the same access to resources because of my age. And Sylvan stepped in and supported me, and it changed my life. If it wasn't for him and Paulo, I wouldn't be a pro cyclist today. And so as ISN grew and as I grew in my career, we kind of got to a place where it just made total sense to work together. I always wanted to come back and ride with Sylvan, and the opportunity presented itself, and here I am.
Were you watching the team's progression from back in the day when Israel Cycling Academy? Were you keeping a close eye, and were you in contact with the Adams?
Yeah, for sure. Sylvan and I have kept in contact throughout the years, and I was watching the team progress, knowing Sylvan's ambition, knowing the person that he is. I knew that it wouldn't be long before this team was a proper big World Tour team, and I was pretty confident that I'd eventually end up on this team. Also, with having Paulo on board, my coach, I just wanted to be a part of a team that was in line with my goals, which are the Olympic Games, and both Sylvan and Paulo are all in for it. So I'm really excited to be on this team.
But Michael, I mean, you probably could have signed with any team. You're a great cyclist. Ineos has been after you for a while. You signed for an Israeli team that's only been a World Tour team since last year. I mean, that just seems like a risk. Why not go to one of these established teams?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways maybe it sounds like a risk, but to me, I think it's not a risk at all. I'm confident. Just knowing Paulo and Sylvan, I knew that they've always backed me. They've always been in my corner, and like I said, they enabled me to get to the level I'm at. So when they showed confidence in knowing that they could provide a team that would be able to deliver me in a podium position at a race like the Olympics or at a monument, I had no difficulty in trusting in that.
How Canadian is this team?
I mean, obviously this is an Israeli team first, but it's a close second from a Canada perspective, and that's another reason why I'm really enjoying being on this team. It does feel like I'm coming home. 3 other Canadians on the team, and there are those 3 riders, Alex Cadford, James Piccoli, and Guillaume Boivin, I've been teammates with at different times in my career prior to coming into the World Tour. And it's been nice riding with them and just catching up, and it's weird being not the only Canadian on the team.
There is some sort of stimulus, isn't there, about switching teams, and I think we're seeing that with Froome as well, that no matter how professional you are, you're a bit extra motivated.
Yeah, I was certainly extra motivated, particularly, like I mentioned, because of Paulo and Sylvan, and then also just the being in a new environment. I was really comfortable at EF, and I really enjoyed EF, but I think change is also a good motivator, and this change has really brought on a lot more excitement for me, and you just feel like your first day at school again. New kit, new gear, new people, learning people's names. I enjoyed that. I like that.
I mean, 2020 was up and down for you, down and up. 2022, you have a chance now with a new child at home and new team, and you're back to full strength. I can imagine going back to Paris-Nice and proving yourself in that race would be a place where you'd want to do so after the disaster last year.
No. I mean, I definitely want to prove myself, but Paris-Nice is a tough race, man, and it's brutal. It's a cool race, but man, I don't have as many aspirations to take on that challenge. Not yet, at least. So I don't think I'm going to be starting the season at Paris-Nice. It's just always such bad weather. I wasn't intending on doing Paris-Nice last season.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do Trainer Adriatico, but it got canceled. So when I got the call to do Paris-Nice, I was happy to be racing, but I wasn't happy to be in that race. I've had many horror stories from that race prior to my femur fracture, and this one only added to that list.
Yeah, it's a race I guess you're not excited to go back to. You've talked about the Olympics, you talked about classics. Specifically, what are your goals heading towards the Olympics in Tokyo?
Yeah, the big goal for 2021 is obviously the Olympics, Tokyo. That's my number one priority. But beyond that, my other goals remain the same. I really want to win a monument. No Canadian has won a monument, and I'd like to. Like Steve Bauer was close, but I'd like to be the first to do that. Also, the Tour de France. I'd love to be a part of a team that could win the Tour de France, and I'd like to win a stage there. I think I've shown I'm capable of winning a stage at the Tour, and I'd like to take on that challenge.
Liège, Bastogne-Liège is pretty suited to you.
Yeah, I love Liège. It's a great race. So close to making that front group this past year. But just not having done the Tour, I felt like I was missing that form that could have put me in the position to win. Same with the World Championships. I was the first guy to not make that group that fought for second, and I think that was me missing the Tour form. So Liège is definitely that one that's on the list now, and hopefully I can tackle it well this year.
What does it mean for the team, and you know this team well, what does it mean for the team, and then also for Chris Froome, if you can speak for him a little bit, what does it mean for this team to have Froome come to the team? What do you think it means for Froome to come to the team?
Yeah, I think having a guy like Froome on this team is a huge boost. I think he is a champion. Obviously, he's the greatest Grand Tour rider of this generation, and I think there's some big expectations obviously placed on him, and it'll be very difficult to get back to where he was. I don't doubt that he can do that. Seeing him race, seeing him pull off races and victories like he did in the Finestre in 2018, it's hard to write him off. But even if he never makes it back to the level that he was at, he still brings a ton of value to this team in the sense of leadership, experience. I'm really looking forward to learning from him. Not only is he a year older than me, but he has many years more experience in the World Tour and many more years of experience in leading, something that I'm only just learning how to do now. And I think he can be a really useful source of information for that.
It's going to boost, it's going to kind of lift everybody up in the whole team to have this super famous cyclist in the team.
Yeah, I think he's going to really boost the energy and boost the level. But again, also this isn't just the Chris Froome team. I think this team is a really well-rounded team. And with or without him, I think we can have a really successful season. Just looking at the roster that we have, we've got guys who are exceptional riders, guys like Daryl Impey who've signed on, Paddy Bevan, and then guys who are, I could go down the list. We've got a lot of big-name riders that have signed on, and then already existing riders on the team that are winners like Dan, and I think could be a really good year for us.
So the depth is there to support riders like yourself, like Sepp, like Chris.
Yeah, totally. I think there's a lot of really strong riders that are hungry on this team, and I think not only is that going to result in those riders having success, but it's also going to bring up other riders. And you look at a team like Quick-Step. Quick-Step isn't just one rider. Yeah, they have guys like Alaphilippe and Evenepoel, but they get wins from a large range of riders, and winning begets winning, and hopefully we can kind of create that momentum here.